Well, for today's We're Open segment, we will focus on an institution that has been closed to the public since the pandemic began. Of course, that is the Gerald R Ford Presidential Museum.
Rob Westoby has a look at how the museum has continued to serve its purpose even while being closed to the public. Rob?
The Gerald R Ford Museum, the Presidential Library and Museum, actually located in two places. The library is in Ann Arbor on the campus of President Ford's alma mater, the University of Michigan. And Grand Rapids, the museum, both part of the National Archives and Records Administration, the same agency that preserves the Constitution and runs all the nation's presidential libraries. The staff at the museum in Grand Rapids has remained busy during the pandemic.
If you've never been here before, we have a lot of things that'll be very much interesting. Learning about President Ford's time in service in Second World War, his time on ship, how he got to become from a congressman to vice president to president of the United States, and that kind of evolution of his career through Congress and up to the presidency. There's a lot to see here. The Oval Office is still there. It's being cleaned as we speak. We have a very large replica of that aircraft carrier on the second floor of the museum. It is beautiful. It's very large. And an entire wing dedicated to that building of that aircraft carrier. Our core exhibits fully operational, fully available, including all the interactives. We have special things that we're handing out, styluses that can be thrown away after use so you don't have to touch the screens. So we were working on that quite a bit during the pandemic. And in the future, I'm not going to say what because it's going to be a big surprise. We are expecting an extraordinarily big temporary exhibit coming in October. We will be releasing that information next month. The admission goes into a trust fund that's used to pay, for example, the people who run the museum store, some of the grounds, and other things like that. Oftentimes maybe a special exhibit or some type of education program. On July 22nd, we are open to the general public. We have a limit of 30 people per hour. You have to get tickets online. They're only available online. We are not selling tickets at the door. The gift shop will not be operational. We hope that will change in the months ahead.
Presidential Museum in Grand Rapids, as he said, will open tomorrow. Will be open Thursdays and Fridays 2 to 5 p.m. and Saturdays and Sundays noon to 5 p.m. A limited schedule. As he said, tickets are only available online. That's at fordlibrarymuseum.gov. You can take a virtual tour of the museum on the website. The museum is located on Pearl Street, just west of 131 in downtown Grand Rapids. And we have a web page full of stories about places that are open in West Michigan. Go to fox17online.com/open. I'm Rob Westoby.